Hi everyone, my name is Tim Wagon in the basement of the MCTV studios at the Avalon Theater, and I'm here today with another installment of Raising Awareness with Vincent Sissom. We're here to talk about Vincent and current events and issues that people with disabilities go through life, just like everybody else does.
Now, this episode is mostly directed towards parents because all the questions this time is related more so to the parents asking for their children or family.
And where did you got the questions you asked for people? You asked for people to send in questions, is that right? Do people do that generally? Do you get questions?
They tend to do it. Now, I won't tell you which one, but one of those three was one that I made up on my own.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll try to guess. We'll see. And this, people watch the show. What do they tell you about? I mean, how many do people still telling you they watch the show and that sort of thing?
Yep, they are enjoying the show.
I hear it too. Actually.
Yeah, and it's getting to the point where it's becoming popular enough that I might start trying to do it more often again.
Good. Well, good. We'd love to have you, obviously. It's been a couple of years now, I think, so it's been great. And it's all what public access is about.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to the question. So, we're going to talk about Fortnite, which is the hot game. I think we have that in maybe two subjects here. But someone's son or child, not child, I'm going to say son, is addicted to Fortnite. Does that mean they have a disability?
That is not a guarantee, but I asked the parent some more information.
How could you tell if you had because there are a lot of kids that are addicted to Fortnite and love these video games. They love it. I mean, are you one of them?
Well, not
Are you
Fortnite,
on the screen all the time?
Well, not Fortnite specifically, but I'm more gamer than not.
So what would be the difference between someone who had a disability, Vincent, was doing gaming, and someone who didn't have a disability? Or if you're addicted to it like that, are you going into the disability realm of things?
For the most part, it depends more so the severity of it. Now, just because Fortnite is popular and it's not a guarantee that the child is just riding the wave.
Right. Yeah.
The trending wave.
So, are there any signs you would look for? Do you know?
For video games, addiction connected to a disability, determine how often the child is able to focus on other things. Now,
okay, so determine how they can focus on other stuff beyond that game.
Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, this child doesn't have ADHD or anything like that, from what I can tell, because he's able to focus just fine in school. He does his work. He doesn't come home until his homework's already done and turned in.
Well, let me ask you,
from what I understand.
Are video games different? This may be are they seen differently? And they would be because of different people. But in the eyes of someone disabled versus the eyes of someone who isn't disabled?
Your disability might influence certain choices. Like,
gotcha.
People with autism are more lean towards RPGs in general because they don't necessarily have the skills for the other.
And what are RPGs?
Role-playing games.
Oh, gotcha. Role-playing games. Gotcha. That's really interesting. All right. This next question here, Vincent. Her daughter has a disability, Down syndrome, and she's turning 12 soon.
Yeah.
So this person, what type of gift should she look to get her?
It's one of those things where it depends on what the child is, but generally with Down syndrome,
yes.
I don't mean to downplay it, no pun intended.
Right.
But generally more childish toys, like more baby aspect toys would be better suited. Like,
is that right?
From what I understand about Down syndrome, that tends to be the case.
Why is that? Do you say you understand a little bit? Why do you?
It's primarily because they're limited intelligence. They effectively have more less intelligence than a person of the same age, and thus would lean towards the more childish. Now, at 12 years old,
good.
Now, at 12 years old, it depends on how severe the Down syndrome is. It might be mild or it might be severe. If it's more mild, aim for like toys you get for 8 or 9-year-old. But if it's more severe, even when they're gonna become a parent, you might not want to go past. As an adult, they might reach the ability to understand and play with toys meant for 12-year-olds.
Okay. Now, I'm wondering, this is kind of like, so you still love younger gifts?
Yes. Yeah.
Any type of gift?
Any type of gift would work, but for people with Down syndrome, it's more leaning towards the younger aspect.
Gotcha. Okay. And then real quick before we get to the break, this woman writes in, both of her and her husband's children, they have Asperger's syndrome, and she's saying that she thinks her husband may have it, but he wasn't diagnosed because it was so long ago before we even diagnosed Asperger's. How could she tell he has it, or what is her
generally,
situation?
It's one of those sort of things where he may not be properly diagnosed, but as someone told me recently, they could say he does have it, they just couldn't properly diagnose it by the time it was around.
Right.
But they could diagnose it now, but not but it would be recognized so much. Because you have to
you're older?
Yes, you have to be diagnosed by the age of 22 for it to be properly recognized.
Meaning to be medicated or taken care of, or what does that mean?
Anything like that, just to be officially recognized with age and receive certain benefits.
What law is that?
I don't know, but I was just told a long time ago that you had to be diagnosed before 22 or it wouldn't be officially recognized.
Okay. Well, great. Well, ma'am, good luck with those, with both your husband and your 2 children, and I'm sure that everything's being taken care of, and if you're not done by 22, then you can't be fully recognized, but you can still live a wonderful life.
Yeah, I mean, the thing of it is, you could still be diagnosed, quote unquote, but it just wouldn't be officially recognized government-wise.
Well, that could be a good thing. And on that note,
yeah,
we'll take a break. We'll be right back with Vincent's hot topics on raising awareness. In a couple minutes.
We are MCTV, Midshore Community Television. We want your help in making our station more robust so that we can better serve the residents of Talbot County. So, how can you help? If you are already making video content, submit that content for broadcast to the station. It's free! Are you involved in events, shows, or lectures that would be of interest to the community? We can work with you to figure out the best way to capture those events for airing on MCTV. Be it training, equipment rental, or hiring our production staff to film at a reasonable rate. Do you want to produce your own show? Let us help you get started. Come be a part of this valuable community resource. Email the station at nick@avalonfoundation.org or visit us in the basement of the historic Avalon Theater at 40 East Dover Street in downtown Easton.
Vincent has been thinking so much up here, he's lost his head. Welcome back to Raising Awareness.
Okay.
There you are. Oh, there you are, Vincent. We should totally do it.
I hit record just in.
All right, good. We're on. We're back with Raising Awareness with Vincent, and we're here to talk about hot topics. Thank you all for watching. So, Vincent, the first thing I'm going to do before we get into your fun stuff is, we've made small, slight, non-political references to Donald Trump over the last couple of years. We've been doing this. once or twice. We don't do it all the time. It's not something that we're like that concerned about. But the Mueller investigation did just come out.
Yeah.
And it's been 2 years, and he was found to not have had any. At this point, people are still going crazy over it, but it looks like he didn't have anything. What do you think about all this?
Involving Donald Trump, I've never really cared about outside things involving him. I just more so focus on the policies he's trying to implement.
Yes.
And I am a little angry with him about his wall.
Oh, you're mad about the wall?
Because he's trying to literally use emergency money for it, and I do not agree with that. Emergency money is for emergencies, not for a project that's going to take more than 3 months.
Gotcha. That's very good.
That's my definition. If it's going to take more than a month, I say cannot use emergency money for that whatsoever. Unless it's something severe like a hurricane hits, then okay, we can. That's still technically an emergency and natural disaster, that sort of thing, but it's...
And I guess in your mind, this would not be an emergency because it's been going on for so long, and now just to declare it an emergency, then it's not kind of something hokey going on there?
I would say I would disagree with him using emergency money. I do like the fact that he's willing to put his own money that he did get as president towards this wall. It shows how much dedication he has towards it.
Gotcha.
But I think he might have a little too much dedication towards it.
Right. Well, and let me ask just one more question about just so we report all sides here. You did say at one point on this show that he was one of the biggest donors to the Benedictine school at one point.
Yes.
Donald Trump. Yes. So we always want to. That's always a good thing there,
Yeah, but as my uncle, who is a big-time Republican, would say, said that was just, he did it because he had the money and was able to do it. It wasn't so much for the thing.
Well, there's something to that, though. There's something certainly
that
to,
was what originally got me considering voting for him.
What's that?
It was what originally got me considering voting for him.
Right, exactly, yeah, exactly, that's the point. So then, my point exactly is Epic Game Show. Tell me about this
Epic Game Store.
Sweeping the internet.
Basically,
people are going nuts over it.
Basically, Epic Game Store is trying to compete with Steam for the PC
market.
Yeah, and what they're doing is, in my opinion, a little underhanded, but I do respect them a little bit more. There are several things about...
This is where you get games. You go to buy all the games.
Off these platforms.
So what could they be doing underhanded that you're saying?
Well, the way Epic Game Store is trying to compete with Steam right now, because right now Steam's launcher is 100 times better than the Epic Game Store's launcher.
The launcher. The way you launch the games.
Yeah, well, it stores the games on there and it launches it from the store, and basically that's
how you play games with everybody around the world?
Well, yeah.
That's how you do it.
Depending on if it's online functionality or not.
So you don't go in, and obviously we don't go in anymore and drop a quarter in and put the thing in the machine.
Arcades might still be around in certain places, but they've been dead well before.
So you go to this thing called the Epic Game Store, and this is where you find
I
all the games.
personally go to Steam.
You go to Steam.
And I've been pretty loyal to Steam for the longest time, but
And then you may play a game online with Nick, who's behind the camera right now, the producer of the show. You might play. You guys talk about Steam and he uses it too. Is that right?
I believe so.
Right. But Epic Game Store is taking over.
Trying to take over. It's an uphill battle. So right now the launcher is not as good, but what Epic is doing is securing certain games for an entire year before they could be released on Steam.
Oh, they're buying the rights for a year first.
Yeah.
Oh, that's big money. It's big money. It's a big money game.
Yeah, I mean...
And I guess everybody's playing videos all over the world, right?
Video games, yep.
Huge.
So, if game knows exclusive, and they're also trash talking Steam, which I do feel like is, in fairness, true. The statements they're making, it's just coming off as underhanded, and it's making me a little hesitant about game the launcher.
Gotcha. Well, there you go out there. It's Epic Game Store or Steam. Vincent's got a strong opinion about it, but trying to figure his way.
I don't blame anyone for going with the Epic Game Store just to get those exclusive games, but I'm hesitant for right now.
How long will it be before you find out who won, Steam or Epic Game Store? How long will it take before the winner is declared?
Depends on if... I would say...
6 months?
No. This is gonna be...
Quick?
Longer.
Long.
Yeah,
a long battle.
Like, we'll be on Raise Awareness 20 before this is over.
Right. Well, that's about 2 or 3 years then, I guess. Last question for everybody, real quick. So there's this other new Twitter thing that's going crazy where you type in Florida man or woman and then you type in your birth date.
Yep.
And then in Google.
Yeah.
And then you see what comes up. You take the top thing.
Yep.
And you did yours, and what happened?
I found, and this actually almost made me throw up when I saw it.
Okay. Just stop eating out there. Just
Florida man catches, cooks baby manatee.
Florida man catches and cooks a baby manatee.
Yep.
That was the title of the article. It was.
Yep. And I saw the picture, and I was like,
what was the picture of?
The picture there was 2 pictures I saw. The man was holding the baby manatee.
Baby manatee. How big was the baby manatee?
Like about this big.
Is that right? A baby manatee. All right.
Yeah, and then the next picture
was a fork in his mouth?
No, it was on the grill.
The whole manatee was on the grill?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, that is quite a picture.
And we got another one.
Does he get in trouble for that? Or can you do that? Is it?
I don't know if it's legal or not.
So you don't have to read the article. You just got to read the headline and look at the picture or whatever?
Pretty much. Or whatever you want to see. Like, one of the ladies around here did her birthday, and she just saw the title.
Florida man, woman, and your birthday. And then what'd she say?
What did you see?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I forget now.
It was something.
What was it?
Here's your birthday.
Tim's birthday is Florida man shoved woman because he wanted to eat egg rolls in her house.
Florida.
Claims she slapped him.
So mine was get that Florida man shoves woman because he wouldn't make eggs.
He wanted to eat egg rolls in her house.
He wanted to eat egg rolls in her house. And she slapped him. Claims she slapped him. So that probably means that some guy walked into some woman's house, eating egg rolls, and felt he had his right to be there. Yeah, I've been hearing these things. I guess this has happened a little while. Crazy stories that come out of Florida, and I guess we all go there because if it's sunny and everybody from New York moves there.
I'll be honest. When I saw my story, the first thought that came to my mind was, my mother lives down there.
Right, yeah. She
lives in Hollywood, Florida, and I'm like...
Hopefully she's got a good birthday.
Her birthday is July 11th. Can someone look that up?
We'll let you know that next time.
Yeah, next time.
Thanks for... And we're also going to...
still sick to my stomach about those.
Keep up with the Epic Gaming question as well. Vincent, thank you very much for coming on. It's a real pleasure to have you here, and we certainly appreciate... guys like you who keep doing these programs over the years when you could easily stop and do something else. We really appreciate you coming on. Thanks a lot for coming.
You're welcome.
This is Raising Awareness with Vincent Sissom. Thank you very much.
See ya.